Alright, I'm ready to start.
Respect. Better respect.
Greetings, one and all. We are back here again at Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. We are continuing doing the Doki Doki Literature Club Plus side stories. As you can see here, I have now gone through and collected all the remaining side stories. But now we are going to start here with the next side story, Respect, Part 1. Put some spec on that bee. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into this one. Looks like we're finally dealing with some Natsuki stuff, so that's going to be fun. It's been several weeks since the club has officially started. Through their initial setbacks, the 3 club members so far, Monika, Sayori, and Yuri, have increased their collective bond with the club. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all 3 of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. On a day like any other, the 3 find themselves suddenly interrupted by the clubroom door opening. And in walks a girl none of them have seen before.
Hi.
Sayori tugs excitedly at Monika's sleeve. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. Are you here for the literature club?
Yeah.
Yay, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of a small club still, so it's really exciting to see new faces.
Yeah. Come and sit down somewhere. You can sit next to my desk.
Sayori prances over to her desk and presses her palms onto it.
Oh, and Yuri can make you some tea.
They're all together, finally. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest for having drawn attention to her. Natsuki silently glances between everyone and sits down next to Sayori. Monika follows by sitting nearby. The sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound bad after all. Okay, then how about we all introduce ourselves?
Okay.
Well, I'm Monika. I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way for people to express themselves through writing or reading or whatever kinds of literature.
You know, I figured it was your club. You have that vibe.
Vibes in the chat. I have what vibe?
Oh, you know, like... Never mind. I'm not gonna judge people, I just meant like that. Very adult-like of you? I always judge people so hard.
Oh, no you don't, Sayori. Yeah, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Natsuki giggles.
I'm Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making new friends. Oh, I also like poetry. Oh yeah? Very adult-like of you. I'm an adult.
We're all screwed if that's the case. The sounds of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room.
Oh, that's Yuri's.
Sayori lowers her voice.
She's kinda shy, but she's really nice and super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea, and I love her.
Don't we all?
Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. And my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry.
Couldn't have guessed that.
Ooh, let's get ice cream. My favorite flavor is probably cookie dough. Or maybe chocolate.
It's cookie dough. Same.
And Monika is probably vanilla.
What the heck?
I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate.
What's Yuri's favorite?
Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking. I have no idea for Yuri.
It's a blank slate. Still.
It's pretty chill here. Do you just hang out or do you actually do club stuff?
Oh, well, we do club stuff too. It just hasn't been very structured yet since we only have 3 members, so we kind of loosely spend our time doing stuff we like. But I think it's time we start with, some more structured club activities. It's been a while by now since I started the club, so... Well, with that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you'd like to get the club into?
Well, I guess I'm... literature. Well, I like manga.
Manga?
Yeah, why'd you say it like that? I want to read manga in the club.
Wait, hold on a sec.
That sounds so great. Like, after all I've been doing, all this,
Yuri returns to the desk with a tray of teacups, which she sets down on an empty desk.
After all the deep and immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, you just don't understand the nuance.
Tell him, Natsuki.
I didn't mean simple like that.
Well, anyway. Putting manga aside, is there any other kind of literature you're interested in?
Well, not really.
In that case, have you considered the anime club? Damn, Monica.
Are you serious? I'm not gonna join the anime club. It's full of weird guys.
It's full of boys! Or should I say, men of culture. Shout out to my fellow fellas of culture.
Come on. Is it that big of a deal? Manga's literature, right?
I mean, I guess if you consider the literal definition of literature, then technically...
I get it. Look. I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I please just join? I won't bother anyone. If I can just, keep my manga here and hang out after school, I'll literally do whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right?
Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh my god, thank you. You're the best. I have most of it crammed into my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it, okay?
Natsuki stands up. So I take it this one's gonna... I didn't get a good look at the chibis that were in the thumbnail of this, so... I take it this is gonna be around Natsuki and Monika?
Need some help? Nah, I got it. I don't want you to see my locker. If you say so, but there's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we never find out then.
Natsuki exits the clubroom, leaving everyone in silence, save for the sound of Yuri sipping her tea. Oh, I'm such a pushover.
Hey, that's not bad. It's not that bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun.
Maybe, but I mean, she has no actual interest in literature, you know? And that's normally fine, but she said she would participate in club activities like it's some kind of obligation. Her tea is getting cold. Yeah. Wait, that's not related.
Well, I think everyone deserves a chance. Especially if we could break her happiness. Besides, maybe she'll take a liking to literature.
Are you sure you don't just want her to read her manga, Sayori?
Who do you think I am?
Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just feel uneasy about this. Do you have any opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone. That includes me, so...
Does that mean I bother you?
No, you're a pleasure to be around. Most of the time.
I was wishing for a compliment.
I know.
But still, I really think we should give her a chance.
Yeah, alright. But I'm really gonna start enforcing club activities. I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly the three of them hear a thump against the door.
What was that?
Sayori stands up and walks over to the door, then opens it.
Ugh, thank you.
Carrying 3 boxes of what is presumably manga, Natsuki grabs and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as she can. That's quite the collection. Sayori giggles in excitement while catching her breath. Natsuki replies,
There's still one more box. I can't put them away myself. I know how to organize them.
Monika anxiously glances between Sayori and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she needs to really kick the club into gear before everyone gets too complacent. It seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. Yeah, not really, but you can try your best, Monika. The next club meeting, Monika is the first to arrive. Ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Monika paces, trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? While Monika thinks, the club door opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Monika forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one in return. Ah, the closet. Need help?
No, I got it.
Monika awkwardly tries to start some kind of conversation, but fails. Curious, she peeks into the closet where Natsuki is stashing all of her manga. Good music. Each one of these is at a good new track. Once dull with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant with bright colors and cute-looking artwork.
You know, the top shelf's pretty empty. Maybe we could keep it up there. I can't reach up there. That would be so inconvenient.
In my highlight reel, I went through the full Natsuki route, and yeah, let's just say, let's stay away from the top shelf.
The teachers are gonna ask what all this manga is doing here, and I have to tell them it's for the literature club.
So? No. Monika backs off and slumps into a desk. I'm torn here. I love both of them equally.
Monika just a little more, though.
With this kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere accumulated over the past few weeks has been sucked right out of the room.
Good afternoon, or good afternoon.
Sayori spins into the club room.
Oh, I think someone's in a good mood. Yeah, because I have this.
Sayori brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic. Oh no, we're doing one of these scenes again.
I found somebody and got a cookie. Ooh, that's so pretty.
Sayori trots over to the closet. The colorful shells catch her eye.
Which one do I start with? Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. No way. I saved up all my luck to find that buddy. If you want entry into my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant. Boo.
Defeated, Sayori wraps a cookie, breaks off a piece for Natsuki. Hey, I call people peasants as well. Then Yuri silently walks into the club room. Speaking of peasants. Nah, Yuri is royalty. Monika glances at her with pleading eyes. Yuri returns a quick nod of understanding.
Well, everyone's here now.
Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively.
Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which one we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it'd be great if we found some stuff to do as a group. Does that sound good to everyone? I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I want to hear your ideas too. Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone else's interests. Maybe we could give each person the day to share their favorite kind of literature with everyone else. Well, maybe. Something tells me that...
Monika glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear very unwilling to even consider each other's interests.
Maybe we could try to come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally. You know, like we all vote on a book to read or something like that. Or maybe we can bring in a person who we can all enjoy equal. I mean, I think we should all collectively try to expand our interests, rather than just stick to the things we're familiar with. Why does it feel like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, didn't you say that you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do? Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay if you ignore everyone else's preferences. Like Sayori suggested. Yeah, me too. Yeah, but...
Monika's voice trails off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Monika finds it incredibly difficult to relent to her demands. If Natsuki doesn't respect the club, why should Monika have to yield to Natsuki's opinion on anything?
Natsuki, are you sure you don't have any other literature interests you could share with the club? I swear, I don't mind if you keep your manga in here, but I just...
Natsuki cuts Monika off, suddenly standing up.
Well, it's obvious that I'm not wanted here, so I'm just gonna leave.
Well, that escalated quickly.
But I really would appreciate it if you would be more upfront about it. Okay, I think you're kind of jumping to conclusions here, but you're free to do whatever you want.
Pretty much saying, yeah, you can fucking leave if you want. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glare before walking straight out of the room. Well!
Oh no.
Sayori runs after her, leaving Monika and Yuri. For the second time today, Monika slumps into a desk.
Why am I such a jerk?
Oh, honey.
No, she's a jerk. She's just making me feel this way.
Monika looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away.
She just probably went around looking for the smallest club she could find, so she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the club? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things.
Monika sighs.
Me neither. I just have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's not wrong to enforce the club vision. You know, like, people should join because they want to express their passion for literature, or at least develop it. So maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all.
Monika sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense, but she doesn't seem to want to add anything.
You can Sorry, you can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. It does? How? Well, I just can't comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. Oh. Well, great. I'm just ruining this whole club then. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of voicing my frustration, and I guess guilt. It's like my frustration wants to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Why is the hardest thing to be rational during times you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. I think Natsuki is. She has no authority to walk in here and make demands of the club. Your club. Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact you're even storing it for her should make her completely indebted to you. Well, you're right, but I don't know. Isn't it kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous and has no place here? Do you not feel the same way? You've been doing everything you can to avoid associating the club with it. So I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Well, recalling her confrontations with Natsuki, a realization starts to set in. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything besides manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that it has nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. With a sigh, Monika walks over to the closet. She finds herself staring at the colorful shelves. It's just, this really wasn't what I had in mind for the club about literature. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monika starts defending her position once again. It's a complicated issue that Monika has failed to consider before now. Where is the line even drawn between what is considered literature? Lost in thought, she reaches into one of the larger boxes and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls striking cute and exaggerated poses, all dressed in short skirts. Is this Parfait Girls? Yeah, I mean... Amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monika opens the book. Oh, wow. That was quick. Male. Character discrepancy. Having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. This makes me speculate that Monika's meddling is less clumsy than we think. Because she would have had to manufacture this character herself, as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user, could that be why the character has such a limited and dissonant personality traits? Dissonant? Or am I reading too much into this? I'll open an issue to start tracking info and observations on the anomaly of this character appearing. Is this talking about the MC? Oh, and now we have the Natsuki one. Nice. I'm curious what the CG of this one's going to be. Oh, wow. A rough concept sketch of what the faceless protagonist might have looked like if he was a real character, provided in an email communication. Yeah, that's about what you'd expect for an MC to look like. Kind of looks like me if I do my hair correctly. And of course we got new music. Strawberry Peppermint. Yep. Alright, cool. Alright, that was good. Let's move on to the next one. Respect Part 2. I'm curious where this is headed. This sucks. Why is Monika such a jerk? She should be grateful that I even joined her stupid club. It's not like she can find any members. Monika usually is really nice. She cares so much about everyone in the club being happy. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Maybe when she's not busy being so judgmental. So what if I'm into manga? Why can't just one person accept that, instead of being so condescending about it? I accept it. I think it's cute. Oh, come on. That's condescending too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you.
Natsuki sighs.
I know, thanks. It just really sucks. Do you want me to talk to Monika? I don't know. It's not like it's gonna change her opinion of me. Like, even if you were to convince her to back off, that would suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome in the club. I just would find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that. We can figure this out, please? I mean, I'm the vice president, or at least I think I am, and I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome and to be happy, so I want to make that happen, even for you. I was wondering, what was the reason you decided to join the literature club? Well, Natsuki hesitates. It's kind of dumb. Oh, don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome. I wasn't welcome. You were to me. So, just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monika. I promise. Natsuki sighs. I'm just tired of everyone judging me all the time. I can't enjoy any of the stuff I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. Not that I care about what anyone thinks, but you know, the signs for the literature club say that you can be yourself or whatever. So I decided it was at least worth a shot. But that was a lie, apparently.
Natsuki dejectedly kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall.
Oh, and I like writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monika? Because she was being so judgmental that I just didn't want her to tell her something I don't want to hear. She didn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. And if she knew I was into writing, then she would just be like everyone else and try to push me away from the manga in favor of a more mature thing.
The two of them remain silent for a while. Sayori understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the clubroom for today at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, just like everyone else. It's part of the club vision for her to be welcome.
You deserve to express yourself as much as everyone else does. That's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm going to do everything I can to fix this. I promise.
Way to go, Sayori. Way to take initiative. It's lunchtime the next day. The cafeteria and hallways are bustling with students, rushing to meet their friends, make the most out of their limited break time. Where could she be? Oh wow, we're actually picking up in the middle of a school day. Usually there's always the end. Among them is Monika, who always eats lunch in her classroom, but she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, Monika decided to try to find her during lunch so that she can make amends. It's going to be hard. After searching for an extensive time, Monika finally spots her. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps her stand out from the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monika is afraid to get closer. Natsuki is with some friends whom Monika doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. It would be really tactless to just interrupt them. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, did you end up joining the literature club or what? Nah, of course I joined, why wouldn't I? Nah, I told you she wouldn't fit in. Come on, you know she only joined because you wouldn't stop giving her crap about the anime club. I told you I would never join that stupid club. Oh, are you sure? Well, you have to give her some credit for at least making an effort to finally grow past that trash. True. Well, congrats on finally graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you. Shut up. Just let me do my thing. Nah, I'm just joking. You know we love you. Yeah, once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy your book. What? You're gonna buy her smutty fan fiction? Well, obviously, I want a signed copy. That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown out of it by now? I told you I was joking. Besides, it's a good reminder of how far you've come since then. Not to mention, you couldn't have done it without us. That gives us a pass to joke about it. Yeah, sure. They grow up so fast, it brings a tear to my eye.
Natsuki suddenly glances in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. Why is that exactly how popular girl-like interactions happen?
You're a piece of shit, but I love you.
Boys are like,
You're a piece of shit, but I love you.
what the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why do I have to be so conflict avoidant? Not that I deserve to say anything. I'm hardly better than them after the way I treated her. And I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. Oh, Monika. You're growing as well, it's okay. After school ends, Monica distractedly makes her way to the club room. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. Monica picks a desk and slumps into it, something she seems to be doing rather often lately. Yuri, I don't think I can be club president. I don't think this is a good time to be playing this music. It's gonna distract me. I suck at handling anything that doesn't go, exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like the literature club is a place where you get to express yourself, unless it's in a way that I don't like. I'm so mad at myself. And I'm especially mad that I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. So much for my maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. There's just, a lot on my mind. No. I enjoy listening. Really? Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Oh, well, I guess I'll just continue then. Yuri nods. Yeah. Natsuki has had kind of a blunt attitude, you know? Makes me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously, or I couldn't even figure out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch, and they were just so mean to her. Telling her to grow up and stuff like that. The literature club would help her grow out of manga. It just made me so mad. Just let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? And when I had thought, I came to a realization that I was kind of doing the same thing, just in a roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something. I just dismissed it. No, I was actually trying to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri. When you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing, so I was kind of trying to dismiss it, but then Sayori jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't, because I just let Sayori handle it instead. And now I'm repeating the same mistake, except I'm really hurting someone this time. Monica shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. I'm so stupid. I can just picture how much joy it would bring Natsuki if I let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that. I'm gonna go get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah. I'll get them back by making sure that this is the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one they want. Suddenly, Sayori bursts through the door, making Monica and Yuri jump. With a rare, stern face, she marches over to Monica's desk and sits down next to her.
I'm having an intervention. I can do that because I'm vice president.
Is this about Natsuki?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry. I was just talking to Yuri about it.
Really?
I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened and probably just unwelcome. Really the opposite of what the literature club is supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her.
Oh. Yay, I did it.
Good job, Sayori. Thanks for the intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Friendship wins again. So, how do you want to make it up to her?
I have a plan. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki's coming to the club meeting today?
I don't think she is.
I see. Monica was afraid of that. Not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of the damage she inadvertently caused. But the only way to do the right thing is to face it head on. It's so easy to just duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. True. But that's not enough. To truly respect someone's feelings after you've hurt them is to face them and admit your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay, do you think you could get her to come to the meeting tomorrow?
I could do that.
Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend. You're a good listener. No. Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turns away to hide a smile. Well, I guess for today, it's gonna be a pretty quiet club meeting.
I'm going to step out for a bit. Is that okay? Yeah. I just got to read with Yuri. Hey, is this one of Natsuki's books? How come it's out here? Sayori picks up a manga that was resting on an adjacent desk. Oh, that, Natsuki probably left it out by accident. But I thought she has been coming to the club. Actually, Monika's been... Oh, okay, Yuri, I'm sure it was just someone else who was using the classroom then, okay? That's the first time she struck this pose. Monika smiles at them both. Well, first time she's done it in the side stores. Then with a wave, she exits the club room. Nice. I really shouldn't have left that out. If Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki, and that would really get awkward. Now, I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. Keyboard. Is she gonna do what I think she's gonna do? The time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Monika and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. Do you think Sayori is going to be able to bring Natsuki? Yes. How do you know? Well, she's Sayori. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. Monika sits, then stands up to pace around, then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book. Then the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room. We're here! Welcome back. Oh, they're all standing in order of... Nope, we're not making that joke again. Monika, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk, then takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. Looking back and forth between the club members, Monika is struck with a nostalgic feeling. She would stand at the front of the clubroom just like this, struggling to picture just who may eventually be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse each member would be. Each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeking the vision that Monika had admittedly so vaguely advertised, seeking trust, understanding, respect. What new lessons will the future hold for the literature club? Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Monika takes a deep breath and returns to the present. Okay, everyone! There it is. The literature club is starting. We have an activity planned for today. Monika turns around to face the chalkboard. On it, she writes manga in big letters. Today, we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature. Manga. Oh, come on! Isn't this kind of forced? I know you don't actually want to do this, so just... Monika shakes her head. Natsuki. This is the hardest part. After making it this far, it would be so easy to just smile and move on. But that's not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me to not take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in my club. I thought about it, and I realized how biased I was against manga. It caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So, can I make it up to you? Well, thanks, but... I know you're only doing this because Sayori told you to. Well, that's not true. Monika planned all this by herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her. I was a witness to that as well. This is a literature club. The literature club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. And it's my goal to respect everyone for them. So I just want to learn about the things that make you happy. I think that you deserve to share that joy as much as everyone else does. Is that okay? Natsuki looks away and hesitates. But it's really dumb. The stuff I'm into. Monika smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye. If you like it, then it's not dumb. Oh, except for me. Sayori, you're not dumb either. Nah, what the heck. You guys are so weird. Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's literature after all. Natsuki stands up. Oh yeah, I did say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. Kind of a pro. But I didn't want you to like me just for that.
Wow, really? I really did have you all wrong, Natsuki.
Yeah, whatever. Today's not about that anyway, right? It's about manga, so I hope you're ready.
At the end? Oh no, there's more. A week has passed since Natsuki returned to the Literature Club. I'm curious what the CG for this one is going to be then. I feel like that was going to be the end of that one. Since then, the club activities have been in full swing. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to a close, Monika approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, are you in a hurry home or anything?
Me? Not particularly, why?
Oh, there was just something I wanted to show you, if you had a few minutes.
Sure, what is it?
It's not in here. Can you follow me to the music room?
The music room? Why?
Well, you'll see. Yep. Wow. Wish our music room looked this good. You know, I was thinking back. When the club was just me and Sayori, we would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about it being a place where people could express themselves. And she said something strange to me. She said I was trying to make the club that I needed myself more than anyone. But I think it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me a lot about myself, like things that I was probably always too stubborn to admit.
Now, come on. You can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. I just, brought a bunch of manga, then got fussy when I didn't have my way. It was really stupid of me to make such a big deal about it.
No, I honestly needed it. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I would never have realized that I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected.
Mm-hmm. It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, I really shouldn't care what other people think in the first place. But when you're criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, it can get really hard just to brush it off. And it makes me start to feel like I'm the problem. Like I'm not doing enough to please everyone else. And I'm being too entitled if I just want people to like me, without me having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself. I don't think I am. I just wish that sometimes people would try to appreciate me for who I actually am. As Monika listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her, and how naturally they did so. How long has she been fighting against that, refusing to change for others? I could only wish I was as strong as you are, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm always trying to come off as a perfect for other people. Anytime there's a hint of contention, I just crumble. But it's thanks to you that I really started to think about this stuff. You really inspire me to start working on it. But like I said, I didn't even do anything.
You were just being yourself. That's all you needed to do. Also, there's something else. Monika takes a breath. The thing is, I might have read a bit of your manga.
What the heck? Why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry. I think I just felt kind of embarrassed to admit it after I gave you such a hard time about it.
I can't believe you, of all people, were reading manga behind my back. That's so funny.
Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of them out of curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But I mean, one of the characters was in a literature club. What are the chances, right?
You were reading Parfait Girls.
Yep.
Wow, you have good taste.
Just one volume.
She's a woman of culture, I see.
And I kind of just picked it out randomly.
Well, you have good intuition, then. You have to tell me your favorite parts.
Well, I think it was kind of weird of Fate. Don't talk to me about Fate, because the character isn't just in a literature club. She also plays piano. It's just weird because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was like the perfect person I always wish I was. If I just did what I wanted, instead of always second-guessing myself. Monika walks over to the piano and sits down. Ah, there it is. Wow.
I always felt like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself, the parts that will impress people or make them like me more. But after you joined the club, I realized how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allow us to share emotions. And I just felt like I wanted to show you this because if it wasn't for you, I would never have started playing.
Hey, I think the credit for that one goes to Parfait Girls, not me.
No. Well, maybe it's true that Parfait Girls put the thought into my head. But it was still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day.
Every day?
Because, you just make me feel like if I want to do something, I should just do it. I mean, I still haven't been practicing for very long. And I'm really not good at it yet, at all. But I wrote a song for the club. And I worked really, really hard on it.
This is just what she says at the end of the game.
It doesn't have any words or anything, but, well, yeah.
You're actually gonna... Wow. This feels like the end, but there's 3 more after this. No. Yeah. No, it's cool. Is that the end? Nope, there's more.
That's all. That was so good. It was?
Yeah, are you kidding me? You're like a total pro.
Nah, I'm not even close.
Does that song have a name? You said it was about the club, so...
Yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note. Because everyone brings something so unique to the club. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But I was such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me, it should be about everyone. And it's all of you who helped shape the club into what it was. I would never change that.
Well, I think that's really thoughtful. And kind of flattering. I kind of feel like I don't deserve this much validation. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. It makes me feel like I should probably apologize too. I think I was just really fed up with a lot of things, and I got frustrated after not getting my way in the club. So yeah, I really didn't mean to take it out on you. I was being really immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologize, I guess you're doing something right.
It's fine. I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you were thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing.
Well, I wonder who I got it from. Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, we're even as long as you let me keep my manga in the club room. You did admit that it was a form of literature. You totally can't take that back now.
You got me.
The closet's all yours. I'll tell you what. I'll bring a little something for the club tomorrow. Ooh. I want to do something nice in return. What kind of little something? You'll see. But I don't think you'll be disappointed. The next club meeting ends being a particularly tasty one. Nice. That was nice. Aw. I got out there chibis. We also got... Oh, yeah, but then we got that. That was a beautiful one. Then we got this background. All right. Oh, you can full screen these? Bet. Well then, we only have one more background to unlock then, which is this one. And I know what it is. But it's interesting because we have a lot left to cover. Still have 3 more parts. And I do know that after you complete the last one, there's a secret one. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong on that, but I guess we'll see. That was the end of that part. Join me next time when we do Balance Part 1. That should be interesting, because it looks like we're dealing with Natsuki and Sayori. How many CGs we got left? I figured that there's one for every part. So when we do, yeah. Got 3, but there's 5 left. Interesting. I got all the ones from the story mode, so... Thank you for joining me on this part of Doki Doki Literature Club, plus side stories. Join me next time when we continue going through all this. I'm Lancer. Thanks for clicking through on this video. If you like what you saw, click subscribe. Click like to let me know you enjoyed the video, and comment below any games you recommend for me, any anime you'd like for me to watch and review. So, till next time, I'm Lancer. Let's keep having fun.